So I've also gone a little further with this. Obviously, I never put a ceiling system in, only because there's really a complication there. You have a ceiling system, which is really the underside of the floor system. So it would be possible to build modules that didn't actually need ceilings with them. But I kind of wanted to show you what happens if we take it to the next level with I'll bring it back to this view of the inside hallway where we've kind of doubled that over. You'll also notice that I've added a ceiling plane in here. And this is in a more complete document that I created afterwards. And I wanted to show you, I'm going to go to modules with ceiling just to show you, the next level of kind of features that you could add. I'll go to realistic rendering here. So here's a ceiling module. If I was to tab into where I did this actual work, and let's go to edit group so we could just kind of select some of these. So there we have, that's a compound ceiling gypsum wallboard on a metal stud. I don't know why it renders that color on that side. You'll notice it has thickness to it, so I'm kind of embedding, this is an HVAC, which is just a generic model that I created just to show how you could have routing lines. And obviously these two would then be connecting each other when the modules were installed. And if you go back to the inside hallway, and let me just cancel out of that editing mode a minute so I can get back to this. If I grab this and pull this up a little bit, you should be able to, let me get rid of the crop box altogether. All right. Oops. You can see now that I've got the ductwork running up in through the ceiling plane, and I have a ceiling plane on it, and I've also installed lights. Now, a funny thing here is I put these light fixtures in, and for the life of me, I cannot figure out, they were pointing upwards. I remember that problem happening before, but not knowing how to resolve it. So to make it work right now, I just turned the lights, I edited the family and made the light point out the other way. But these cans, you're actually looking at these cans sticking through the ceiling. They should be flush. They're recessed cans. They should have been flush to the ceiling. But anyway, I still wanted to put the lights in just to make you aware that you could then start to insert all kinds of the other ceiling elements, the mechanical systems, the diffusers, other elements that would be required for HVAC. And this is another important aspect of the project, this idea, if you go this far, this idea of creating this plenum space in order to do the routing and connection of the utility systems. So that was in this full build out. I'll show you one other thing about this project that I did, and that was that kind of full building. So if we were to, let's see, rotate around here. What I did is I took the building just quickly and mirrored it so that it's exactly the same on the front, on the back. And that's what created the hallways. And here we have like an end condition, so you can kind of peek in there. And, there's it actually then has that almost appearance of becoming seamless, especially if you're not doing it and showing your model lines. So now all of the modules appear seamless, and we have now our corridor and circulation system automatically created for us. So that would be a final step, is to mirror it or make the building more complex. I kind of held off doing that because I didn't want you, depending on how fast your machine was, I didn't know if that would add any burden to its calculating and or performance issues. I'm using an i7 processor, but I have got a NVIDIA graphics card, so it really doesn't seem to have any kind of issues at all. But once again, if you're having rendering problems, I'd like to hear about it, just so I know what, a common experience of you guys as students. So I'll do another wrap up of what I think the final deliverables are in the next video.